president has no respect for the National Assembly. We must hate, and that's the painful part. Our resolutions don't mean anything. Our bills that are passed are not assented to. The more you say it, the more annoying it is to the president. He will never change them. I want us to have a costly look at Section 143. Section 143 is not about removal of Mr. President. There are certain actions that the National Assembly can take.
My people, a lot is really going on in the political zone. Another video have finally showcased again. The House of Assembly have finally sit on round table regarding the impeachment of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. There's an ongoing deliberation regarding the impeachment of Tinubu after the Chicago State University released the academic record of Tinubu, and it was observed that the certificate that Tinubu tendered to INEC was fake. So the senators have finally come up with an ongoing meeting deliberating on the impeachment of Tinubu. Come and see what is going on in the House of Assembly. Tinubu is in serious trouble at the moment. Will be that I would like guys to stay connected to the end of this video. If you can share this video, ensure you share to different social media platforms. Let it go viral. And if you can share it, like it, give it a thumb up so that it will be recommended for us. Will be that stay connected. Coming back again.
Welcome you back to LAJUPOG TV.
I don't have bad news for you today.
The home of religious gossip.
But you should leave the fight for Mohammed.
What is happening in the Christendom? Join now to make sense with LAJUPOG.
Hello my great and wonderful viewers, welcome back to LAJUPOG TV. For those of you coming across the channel for the very first time, ensure you click the red subscription button appearing on your video screen, and do well to click the notification bell icon so that whenever we drop a new video in few hours time, YouTube will easily let it know. Still on what is happening in the political zone, Tinubu is in serious trouble at the moment based on the Chicago State University academic record that was released a couple of days ago. It's no more a news that ATIKU issued for the certificate and the academic record of Tinubu in the Chicago State University that he claimed to go to. Tinubu claimed to attend the Chicago State University, so ATIKU demanded for his academic record when Tinubu was doing everything possible to stop ATIKU from getting his academic record and even trying to stop all Nigerians from getting access to his academic record. It's no more a news that ATIKU took him to court in the United States of America, and the United States Judiciary did not pervert justice. They issued Chicago State University to release all the academic record of Tinubu, because Tinubu is a public figure. It's not a private citizen of Nigeria. It's a public figure. He's a public citizen, and he is owned by all Nigerians. So we need to know everything about him. So the moment Tinubu noticed that the U.S. court have issued straight directive to Chicago State University to release his academic record, he objected the motion 3 times. He tried to block it. He tried to block ATIKU from getting his academic record, but his objection was overruled. It wasn't accepted. For someone to object a particular thing 3 times, that shows that there is something fishy that he did not want anybody to know. So it later came out and everyone saw the academic record of Tinubu, and it was noticed that the certificate that Tinubu tendered to INEC was different from the one that Chicago State University released. There are 2 different things. Everybody can see the difference very clear and clean. I uploaded it on this channel and a lot of people saw it. But that is not where we're going to. Taking you down to where we're going to today. But I would like guys to stay connected to the end of this video. If you can share this video, ensure you share to different social media platforms. Let it go viral. And if you can share, just like it, give it a thumb up so that it will be recommended for us. Tinubu is in serious trouble at the moment because the Nigerian House of Assembly, they are on ongoing meeting at the moment, deliberating on the impeachment of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Come and hear what some senators are saying. Come and hear things. Tinubu himself knows that he is in serious trouble because the Supreme Court cannot do this alone. This is beyond the Supreme Court level because there's a big evidence. When Obi took him to the tribunal, the tribunal judges were saying that Obi did not have concrete evidences for the petition that he filed against Tinubu, because Obi filed the Chicago State University alongside. But the 5 judges of the tribunal, they threw away Obi's petition. They said Obi did not have concrete evidences, and they even threw away ATIKU's petition. They said ATIKU is having watering evidences against Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So they re-amended the constitution in the tribunal that day day, the 5 judges of the tribunal re-amended the constitution, and at the end of the day, they justified Bola Ahmed Tinubu. They re-amended the constitution just to justify Bola Ahmed Tinubu. I didn't mean that it was Nigerian judiciary that ATIKU took the case of Tinubu to see the academic record of Tinubu. They will never allow him. He will not see justice. But US court is not like Nigeria court. US judiciary is not like Nigerian judiciary. That is why Tinubu was unable to block them from seeing their academic record. Now, I'd like guys to stay connected to the end of this video for you to see what is going on in the House of Assembly. Now, listen to what is going on here. Then later on, I'm coming back to show you what is happening at the moment. Stay connected to the video. I'm coming back again.
Point of order. Where are we? Point of order. Point of order. Point of order. For your point of order, please. Before your point of order. Can you have your seats at the back, please? I think as legislators we have every right to canvass positions, to lobby ourselves on issues and do our voting and conduct ourselves in the manner our other federal rules have prescribed under the Constitution. I take exception to those who came here to insult me and abuse me. It happened. I take exception to that. It happened. It happened.
We don't have any oath today, so let's go into announcements.
Mr. President, this is a petition written by one Matthew Edagese on behalf of the family of the 2-year-old boy Onosereba who was killed by a stray bullet apparently on the 13th of July, just last week, in Asaba. Mr. President, the summary of the petition is for the Senate to investigate this unlawful and brutal killing of an innocent soul of Onosereba and the brutal shooting in the eye of his 1-year-old boy, 1-year-old brother. Mr. President, this matter has been in the news in the past few days. I would want to just lay the petition on the table and want the appropriate committee to take up this matter and direct the Inspector General of Police to investigate this matter thoroughly.
Proceed to deliver the petition. Point of order. Sorry, let him finish.
Petition.
The petition is hereby referred to the Committee on Ethics and Privileges. Yes, point of order.
Your Excellency, Mr. Senate President, my colleagues, Mr. President, I come under Order 42 and I read the order. If I have your permission, Mr. President.
Please read.
By the indulgence of the Senate and the leave of the President of the Senate, a senator may make a personal explanation, although there be no question before the Senate, but no controversial matter may be brought forward, nor may debate arise upon the explanation. The terms of the personal settlement shall be submitted in detail to the President of the Senate when his leave to make it is sought. Mr. President, can I proceed?
Yes, so proceed to submit the details. Can you submit the details as you read?
I will now, Mr. President.
As soon as you submit the details, you read. You look at your order. The terms of the proposed statement that you are about to make shall be submitted in detail to the President of the Senate when his leave is sought. You've sought my leave, I've granted you the leave, now you proceed to submit the statement.
Okay, Mr. President, I will submit a copy. Let me step it down and submit a copy.
I will allow you, go ahead and read it, and thereafter you submit.
Mr. President, thank you very much for that leniency. Mr. President, I wish to announce the death of one of our colleagues in the 6th Senate, who incidentally is the senator from my own constituency, the Ebonyi South, where I represent. My name remains Engineer Mweze David Umahi. I represent Ebonyi South Senatorial Zone, Ebonyi State. Senator Imude was a member of the Senate, the 6th Senate, and he passed on a few months ago. Mr. President, I want to bring to your notice that the burial arrangement has just commenced, and the final burial rites will be done on 28th of this month. I wish to ask Mr. President to note that Senator Imude was an accomplished journalist, broadcaster, a community leader. He has contributed so much in the development of his community, Akeze, in Ebonyi local government, contributed so much in development of Ebonyi State. He was one of the founding fathers of Ebonyi State creation, of which glory we savour now as a people. Senator Imude was also a devout Christian who also made a lot of marks in the progress made by the 6th Senate. He was chairman of a number of committees. And so today, the burial arrangement started yesterday, Mr. President, and they will be concluded on 28th. So I request, Mr. President, that representation be made by this Senate, and that somebody should represent Mr. President. Unfortunately, I will be taking permission to travel for my son's graduation because I know you asked me to represent you. I am not sure, Mr. President, that a minute silence is required, because I think this was reported in the 9th Senate when he died, and so I will skip that request for a minute silence and ask for adequate representation and assistance, Mr. President, for the good works Senator Elder Imude did for the Senate. I so submit, Mr. President.
Well, they said no debate may arise from it. So let's finish with this other point of order. Yes, you were going to submit.
Mr. President,
bring what you have from what you read. We'll look at it. Distinguished colleagues, may we we've just, this matter has just been brought to the knowledge of the 10 Senates.
Mr. President, we made these rules pursuant to the relevance of the provisions of the Constitution to guide our conduct. And these rules should always be observed in compliance but not in breach. And Mr. President, I raise my point of order timeously.
So what you can do is to read the point of order. Then from there we will note that you raised it timeously. So read it out.
President of the Senate, when the leave to make it is being sought, the operative word here is shall. So you don't have discretion to give the deputy leader of the Senate the discretion to submit the statement after. He has to submit the statement before. You don't have any discretion, but in this case you exercise a discretion that he should submit the statement after he has made his statement. So the operative word here is shall, and shall is mandatory. You have no discretion to waive it. By virtue of the Interpretation Act, shall is mandatory. You have no discretion to waive it, Mr. President.
Well, sir, distinguished Senator Monguru, please look at Order 20. Look at Order 20, please. Have you seen it? Sub G1 I sub I. Just read Order 20, then read Order 20 I. Read it out. No, use your mic. Use your mic.
Order 20 says the President of the Senate shall interpret the rules.
So your point of order is noted.
Point of order.
Leader of the Senate.
Let me thank the mover of this motion for bringing this motion before the Senate. And for those that have contributed, let me also thank them immensely. Mr. President, before I make my comment, let me put it on record that I disagree with Senator Ningi that this has not been the order of the day in the southwestern part of this country, of our country. Mr. President, I'm representing a border town. My senatorial district is referred to the real gateway states of Nigeria because I border Selman, that is the Benin Republic. Mr. President, I want to agree that there is urgent need for us to review the activities of the Nigerian custom in our borders across this country. This indiscriminate killing is just getting too much. Mr. President, in my senatorial district, every month one person must lose his or her life to the Nigerian custom. Every month, once a month. Once a month. And what is the reasons? The reasons are a bag of rice, they have come to pick some maybe flour or whatever. Sir, that we have borders in our senatorial district, it's not our making. It's not our making. And if people there are trying to legally take advantage of what is within their domain, I don't think killing should be an option or the best way to address these people. And I'm saying this because, Mr. President, I've witnessed so many during my electoral campaign. It was a major issue. Let me give you another instance. In my senatorial district, as we speak, if you want to get all the filling stations along the borderline have been shut down, all because of smuggling of petroleum products. Now, federal government now put up a policy that for you to get a petroleum product, you have to travel from the border 20 kilometers into the town to get fuel. And by the time you travel from the border to 20 kilometers into the town, and by the time you are returning without fuel, you don't have fuel again. So these people now resorted to the idea of carrying kegs to buy fuel back home so that they can use for their business around the borderline. Sir, as we speak, subsidy has been removed. So there is no need for us to close or give that distance anymore. And it's not something that we just take, we just a wave of hand that yes, it's not one of those motions, because it will not be too good for us as the representative of the people to start inciting our people against the Nigerian custom. So we are bringing this to the table for us to call on the Nigerian custom and the new acting Controller General of Custom as a matter of urgency to set up a technical committee to review all this process, because enough is enough. As the Senate President, former Senate President have said, before you give anybody arms, I think there should be psychiatric tests, and they must look after them, because those people at the border, you need to go and see their activities.
Mr. President has no respect for the National Assembly. We must hate, and that's the painful part. Our resolutions don't mean anything. Our bills that are passed are not assented to. The more you say it, the more annoying it is to the president. He will never change them. Therefore, Mr. President, please, I want us to have a cursory look at Section 143. Section 143 is not about removal of Mr. President. There are certain actions that the National Assembly can take, but let us take a resolution signed by 1/3 of us, of members of the National Assembly, and sent to him. That again, we are not prodding him, we are compelling him. That, Mr. President, we want to inundate you with the insecurity in this country. In my position,
is Mr. President waiting for us to bring a formal motion to the floor of this House to say we've passed a vote of no confidence? Is that what they are waiting for? We should sit down within ourselves and say it as it is and take appropriate actions. Mr. President, if you have any problem with that, allow the Senate to do it. We understand your position. You're in a difficult position.
The anger you are expressing is a reflection of the feelings of the entire Senate, because the issue is very serious. But let me hear from the senior Senator Sadiq.
Thank you for staying connected, my great and wonderful viewers. You can hear what they said in the House of Assembly. You can hear what all the senators say. You know, a lot of things have been going wrong in Nigeria right from time. And this issue of Tinubu forging certificate have been in existence for the past 24 years. Tinubu have been on this for the past 24 years. You know, nobody knows the woman that Tinubu is impersonating at the moment. But people keep digging out who this woman is and how she died and all of that. You know, it's normally news that the woman is no more alive. But Tinubu is doing everything possible to claim all the credentials and all the academic records of this same woman. You know, some people said Tinubu is not bearing Ahmed. Ahmed is not part of Tinubu's name right from time. But because the woman's name is having ATIKU, and they used to acronymify it as Bola A. Tinubu. So Tinubu just have to put Ahmed. He has to add Ahmed to his name just to ensure that that A is sought out and all of that. So that is what is going on. You can see what the House of Assembly people are saying. A lot of the senators that are eating under Tinubu, they don't want something like impeachment to come on, you know. But there are some of them, especially those ones in the PDP, they said they want the total impeachment of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Though the issue is still going to the court, they are still heading to the Supreme Court. Obi and ATIKU and other presidential candidates that take Tinubu to court, they are still heading to the Supreme Court, and they are going to add the Chicago State University academic record of Tinubu. They are going to attach it to the petition that they filed against Tinubu as a new evidence and all of that. We're watching out whether the Supreme Court will tell us again that they did not have a concrete evidence. As the 5 judges in the tribunal said, they said Peter Obi did not have a concrete evidence, that the evidences that Peter Obi brought forward for the petition that he filed against Tinubu, Shetima, and even INEC, they said they are watering evidence, they are liquefying and all of that, that they need a solid evidence. That is why they gave the justice to Bola Ahmed Tinubu, even with the 25% that is very clear to everyone, the 25% in Federal Capital of Nigeria, the FCT. They said the FCT is just like some other states in Nigeria. So everyone were just like shocked when the tribunal made their ruling. Then everyone was surprised because nobody believes that the tribunal can do such a thing. Nobody believes that they can re-amend the constitution. Now the whole world is watching Nigeria. The whole world is watching the Nigerian judiciary, especially the Supreme Court now, because it's the last hope of the presidential candidates and all of that. The Supreme Court is what everybody is expecting the outcome now. Even the international communities, the international bodies, and other neighboring countries all around Nigeria, they are looking out to what will come out from the Supreme Court, because all eyes on the Supreme Court now. If the Supreme Court should provide justice, the whole world is watching, because the evidence that they have against Tinubu now is a top-notch evidence, because Tinubu presented another certificate that is different from the one that Chicago State University released some days ago. And when such a thing happened in Nigeria Constitution, they need to impeach the person in power at the moment, because it is against the Constitution, it is against the Nigerian law that you should lie with what you did not have and all of that. Tinubu did not have the certificate, but he tendered it to INEC forcefully, and when he tendered it, INEC accepted it. And after the acceptance of the certificate and all of that, they sworn under oath. Tinubu sworn under oath, ATIKU sworn under oath, even Peter Obi sworn under oath that all the documents they submitted to apply for the election and all of that, that is very, very correct, and there is no lie about it and all of that. And when they swear under oath like that, when it is discovered that there is a lie among everything, that attached perjury, and the punishment for it is the minimum of 20 years imprisonment and impeachment and all of that. So a lot of people are looking out for the Supreme Court action. So what do you guys think? Do you really think there will be justice in the Supreme Court with the evidence that is leveraged against Bola Ahmed Tinubu now? Or do you think that the impeachment of Tinubu will be possible as far as this Nigeria is concerned? Drop your opinion in the comment section of this video, as I'm going under to get another video for you. Ensure you follow me on my social media handles on Facebook at LAJUPOG TV, and I LAJUPOG Entertainment, and on Instagram at LAJUPOG. Guess what, guys? See you in my next video. Bye.
I see the hot for my body, I say make I yarn you. Religious gossip plenty day for body. Pastor with the line on top, be pastor for LAJUPOG Watch TV. Pastor with the back, where politician with the do pass himself. Corrupt leader, all the while you waiting for church. All as LAJUPOG Watch TV.